Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a classic Christmas makeup look, so let's get right into the video. So I really quickly carved out my eyebrows, added some brow pencil to them, and now we're going to get into the eyes first. So to prep my eyelids, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer and just add a little bit to the lids. And to blend out the concealer on the eyelids, I'm going to use the Real Techniques 242 brush. This is the brightening concealer brush, and I'm just going to put this all over my lid, just all over my eye. I'm getting the whole eye. All right, there we go. We're gonna set the concealer that's on the eyelids. If you go in with a primer, you don't have to do the setting powder, but since I went in with concealer, I'm gonna use a setting powder. So I just picked up a little bit of the Airspun setting powder, and now I'm gonna pick up this Real Techniques 402 setting brush, swirl this in here, tap off the excess, and then just set the concealer. So I'm just going to put this all over. Same with the other eye. There we go. All right, you guys, so for today's eye look, we're going to go into this Morphe Tease This Season palette, and this palette has a bunch of holiday colors, everyday colors. I feel like if you're like a warm tone girly, you have these over here plus like the bottom row. So it's just got like all of these warm tones and then cooler tones on this side. So for today's look, I'm going to be picking up this Tres Luce B101 brush, and this is what it looks like. We're going to go into this shade right here. This one is the shade Tag Me, and I'm just going to tap my brush in and go all over my crease, basically just like on top of the crease. This is just our translucent shade. So I'm just packing this on here. And you can be messy with the translucent shade since it's more like lighter. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and do that on the other eye as well. So now I'm going to grab my Real Techniques 078 brush, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to go into the shade, the Full Package. That's this shade right here. And we're going to apply this all over the crease. So we'll tap that off and put this all over the crease. And since I have smaller eyes, I kind of bring it up a little bit. Not too much because we still want the translucent shade to show, but we're putting this on there. We'll go ahead and do that on the other eye as well. And I'm just doing like windshield wiper motions, so just going back and forth. Now picking up my Real Techniques 076 brush, this is what it looks like. So you can see it's like slanted. We're gonna go into the shade Laid Bare. So that's this shade right here. And we're gonna put this all over the eyelid. And we're going to go ahead and do that on the other eye as well. And I'm just packing this color on until like I get it as light as I want it. It's not really gonna matter because we're about to go in with some shimmers, but it still matters. So now before we go into the shimmery shade, I'm gonna go back into the Real Techniques 078 brush, and that's this one right here. Not adding any additional product. I'm going to go back into the crease and just blend out the colors. Just real quick, do a little pass through one more time. There we go. So now for the shimmery shade, I'm going to go into Expert Tease, and that is this shade right here. And I'm just going to pick this up on my finger, and we are going to tap this on just like that, all over the eyelid. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye. A little bit more. All right, there we go. So now I'm gonna go into my little Tres Luce B120 brush, and it's just this like small highlight brush, and I'm gonna pick up the shade You're a Gift, which is this first shade right here on the top row. I'm just going to grab a little bit, tap off the excess, and this I'm going to put on like my brow bone. So we'll do that on the other eye too. All right, there we go. So that is all for the eyes for now. Now we're gonna go into the face. To moisturize, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer, and I am almost out of it. The next one that I have is the gel version, so I'm excited to use that one. I've always only used the creamy one, so I'm excited to use the gel one. So you'll see that in like upcoming videos. And I always like to go in with a little bit of setting spray, so I'm going to go into this Milani Make It Last matte setting spray. We're going to let this dry for like 20 seconds. I'm just going to speed up the drying time. Now we're going to go into the primer. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, adding 2 pumps to my fingers and then just tapping this onto my face. There we go. So we'll let this dry for like 30 seconds, just like the packaging says to. All right, so this is nice and tacky now. So now we're gonna go into some under eye concealing, and I'm gonna be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Orange. And I just like to put this down here, and a little bit goes a long way with this. You don't need to apply it like all over the under eye. So with my Flower concealer brush, I'm just going to tap this in all over the under eye. Like, do you see what I mean? A little bit goes a long way with this. So we're just tapping that in there, and this will cover up your dark spots. So at least the orange one, since I am more on the tan side, like medium to tan side, the orange one is perfect for me. They have a whole bunch of other shades. So if you're gonna get this, just look at like what the colors are for. I believe the peach one is for lighter skin tones. I might be wrong. So you just want to look at what they're for. I think the yellow one is for like medium skin tone too. So I was actually thinking about getting that one. So once I run out of this one, I'll probably pick that one up. All right, there we go. And now we're going to go into the foundation. For the foundation, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Super Stay foundation, and I'm just going to put this on my finger and then just start applying it all over my face. So did you guys notice that I took something off? I took out my little piercing that I had on my lip. I put a little bit on the neck too. So now that I'm like more into like more in-depth makeup, I guess, not just like foundation, concealer, and eyeliner, and mascara, I was having trouble like putting product in my Cupid's bow, and then when I wanted to like do like an overlined lip, I wasn't able to because of the piercing. So I told my husband, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take it off. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. And he was like, okay. He's like, if you feel that you want to take it off, then go ahead and take it off. So that's what I did, and I'm so happy about it. I think I'm over like the face piercings, because before I also had the little anti-brow piercing right there. And now that I took this one out, I was like, oh my God, imagine I still had this one here. Like, I wouldn't be able to do blush. I mean, I would, but it would be like, it would look like patchy, like around the little like circles. So it was terrible. But anyways, to blend out the foundation, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques foundation brush. And I'm just going to start tapping this in. I like to first tap it in, and then I'll like do little swirls on my face and just get it really nice and blended. Move that here. Especially like, I like to tap it first because when I'm getting like around the eyebrows, I want to make sure that I have like full control of that, and also like down the middle, in the middle of the eyebrows. And then just remember to avoid your under eyes when you are blending out your foundation, whether you use a brush or a blending sponge, you just want to make sure that you're very careful to not go on the under eyes because you don't want too much product right there. Now we're going to take it all the way down to the neck. All right, there we go. So now we're going to go into the contouring. Well, this is my cream bronzer, and this one is the NYX Wonder Stick. And I use this as a cream bronzer. It's supposed to be like a contouring wand, but to me, it is my cream bronzer. So I'm just applying that to the cheekbones. And then I'm going to put some on my forehead and some down the nose and a little bit on the jawline. To blend this out, I'm going to be going into my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, and I'm just tapping this in. So tap, tap, tap. Why are my hairs all over the place? I like feel one here. Where is it? There we go. All right, so just tap, tap, tap. Now the jawline. And with the smaller side of the brush, I'm just going to tap in the product that's on the nose. We don't want to brush this. We just want to tap it in. All right. So now we're going to go into the cream blush, and I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Coral Rose. And I'm putting a little bit on the high points of my cheeks. Just a little bit. Like a little bit goes a long way with the Juvia's Place liquid blush, powder blush. It's just like, wow. To blend this out, I'm going to be using the Tres Luce B203 brush. This is a double-sided brush. It's meant for highlight. However, I'm going to use it for my blush. So with the bigger side, I'm going to just blend out the concealer. The blush. I'm thinking that next we're going to go into the concealer. And I'm taking this all the way up to like the temples. And I just wanted to use this brush as my liquid blush brush because it is small. So I don't really like to have so much blush on my face. So this one was like a perfect size. I was previously using the Real Techniques. I don't even know. It was a Real Techniques brush. It was just like a bigger brush. I don't have it handy on me, so I can't even tell you guys. But it was just bigger, so it was just creating more like a bigger size amount of liquid blush, and I didn't really want so much liquid blush on, so this one is perfect. All right, there we go. So now we're going to go into the concealer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer, and we're going to apply some on the forehead. Look at this hair right here. I'm telling you guys, these curtain bangs are just not it. We're going to go down the nose. Cupid's bow. See, I love that now I can like put the whole like wand down here, and before I was not able to because of the piercing, and it was a little bit annoying. Now we're going to go into the inner corner and outer corner. Same with this eye, inner corner and outer corner. You always want to be careful with the eyeshadow if you have any eyeshadow on. And a little bit on the side of the nose. This one is optional. If you want, you can go in with a little bit on the, like under the cheekbones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, just like a little bit. There we go. And now we're just going to allow the concealer to dry on the skin for like 30 seconds to a minute. So now that it's been like about a minute, I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to start tapping in the concealer. So you just want to tap this in, just very steady motion. Just tap, tap, tap. Do not drag the concealer, just tap it. I'm like, you guys don't understand how happy I am about being able to apply product right here. I'm super, super happy about it. All right. I always do my eyes last. So we're just going to do under the cheekbone real quick. Also, did you guys notice the background change? I moved around my beauty room, and like when you're first coming in, it looks a little bit like crowded, but then once you like get in here, it's a little bit better. And I just really, really wanted to put up like decorations based on like the season. So now I'm able to, as you can see, I have my little Christmas tree, Christmas lights, my candle per usual. So I just wanted to get like a different scenery, I guess you could say. And I love it. Like I told my husband, I said, you know what? I know that it's going to look a bit weird, but I'm ready to change out my beauty room. And he was like, all right, it's your area. Like whatever you want, just tell me what you want and I'll make it happen. And he did. I love it. It's like, I don't know, it feels cozy to me, which is all that matters. Just like he said, it's your space. You know, do whatever you want with it. Just let me know. I'll make it happen. So super grateful for him for just dealing with my crazy ideas that I get like randomly. Alrighty. So that's the concealer. Okay. So to set this, we're going to go into the Airspun setting powder. And I'm just going to grab this powder puff and we're going to put Oops. We're going to put some on the lid and just grab the powder puff, dip that in there, tap off the excess on the back of my hand, and go right into the under eye. We're going to put the setting powder anywhere that we put concealer. So I'm going to go onto the forehead. Grab a little bit more on the chin, Cupid's bow. And then dump a little bit more so that we can get into under the cheekbones. There we go. Alrighty. So now with like whatever is left over on the lid, I'm picking up my Real Techniques 201 brush. This is the powder brush. And I'm just going to tap this all over the rest of my face. Just to set everything. I'm going to bring this down to my neck too. Let me brush the eyebrows a bit since we got some powder on them. Just very lightly. There we go. And now we're going to go into the bronzer. For the bronzer, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild bronzer. And to pick that up, I'm going to grab the Real Techniques 051 brush. And I'm just going to tap this in. And tap off any excess. And put this where we put the cream bronzer or contour, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call the Wonder Stick, whatever it is to you. To me, it is my cream bronzer. Tap that off. Add some to the jawline. Look at how dirty the earrings get. It's like you... I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I don't understand why these Wet n Wild bronzers always break. Like mine literally just broke. So I'm going to put a little bit on the side of the nose. The tip a little bit, and that's it for the bronzer. So for the blush, I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Duo blush, and I'm going to be using, I think we're going to go with this shade here. So I'll just pick up my Tres Luce 203 brush again. Tap off the excess and just put this on the high points of my cheeks all the way up to my temple, just like I did with the cream blush. See, this is just like so much easier. The one that doesn't like a lot of blush just added so much blush. It's fine. If that ever happens, I like to go in with a little bit more of the setting powder. Tap this in here and just try to like blend out the blush as much as I can. So now I'm just gonna take the Real Techniques powder brush again and just like swipe off the powder. There we go. So now I'm going to go into a little bit of the setting spray again. So picking up the Milani Make It Last Matte setting spray again. Going to spray the entire face. And I have a tip for you guys. So after you use the setting spray, go in with the powder puff and just tap in the areas where you put any of the powder on, because that's just gonna make your makeup last so much longer. There we go. And now we're going to go into the eyes. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Hyper Easy eyeliner, and I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera and I will be right back. All right, the eyeliner is now on, and per usual, I went a little bolder than I wanted to, but that's okay. No pasa nada. Now we're going to go ahead and curl our lashes. For the mascara, I'm going to be going into the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I'm just going to apply this all over the top lashes, and I think I might go into the lower lashes also. We'll see right now. All right, there we go. So we're going to go back into the Morphe Tease the Season palette, and I'm going to grab this Tres Luce B1, 121 brush, and this is what it looks like. So it's just this small little like pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the first shade that we went into, which was... No, actually, we're going to go into the full package. So that is this shade right here. I'm just going to pick that up on the brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to put this on my lower lash line. And I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to stop like halfway. Just like that. Same for the other eye. All right, I lied. I am gonna go in all the way through. Just because this one is a lighter shade, so it doesn't look so bad on my eyes. There we go. And now we're gonna go into the lips. You guys, my camera died, so I have to finish recording this on my phone. Luckily, we were almost done. But anyways, we're gonna go into the Morphe lip liner. This one is in the shade Taboo, and I'm just gonna line my lips real quick. Let me actually grab a little mirror. I'm just gonna use this here. All right, there we go. And for the lips, we're gonna go into the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. This one is in the shade 340 Accelerator, and we're just gonna apply this all over the lips. So whenever I go in with a bolder lip, I like to open up my mouth basically and just get like all in there. Just because we don't want our lips looking like weird in the center. So I'm going to finish off the look with a little bit of highlighter, and I'm just going to be using the Morphe highlighter. This one is in the shade Lit, and to pick this up I'm going to use the Real Techniques 072 brush and just pick that up, tap off the excess, and then put some on the high points of my cheeks. Just like that. We're going to pick up a little bit more and put some on the nose. And a little bit on like the chin too. Let's put whatever's left over on the arch of the brow. And we're gonna go in one more time with the setting spray. Dry this up. All right, you guys, and that is all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Comment down below what else you would like to see. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. And with that being said, I will see you all on my next video. Bye.